As a salon owner or salon manager, how do you organise your time? I hate it when someone says this to me, but the answer is it depends. It depends on things like how many people do you have on your team? How many salons do you have? Do you still see clients yourself? And are there any big projects that you're working on? And so in order to answer the question, how do salon owners and managers organise their time, I need to make some generalizations. So assuming that you're like the majority of salons, that means that you have less than 5 staff and that you're also a hairdresser. With a salon that size, it means that you are going to need to be behind the chair seeing clients, probably at least 4 days out of 5. If you're lucky, you'll be able to make the 5th day an office day, meaning accounts, maybe payroll, inventory management, staff training, and general administration. Many salon owners that are also working behind the chair reach a point where they want to extract themselves completely from seeing clients so that they can work more on developing the business. But often, the problem is that they want to do that before the business gets to a sufficient size where it's able to support them. And so the result is that the business probably won't have sufficient cash flow to meet all the overheads and pay them properly. The other risk you take when stepping away from behind the chair when the business is small is that the business is very vulnerable from the point of view that if staff leave, you're immediately forced back behind the chair in order for the business to survive. Now, if you have a bigger salon, let's say 10 full-time money producers, then you are getting to the size where maybe you don't need to be behind the chair full-time, and the business is also less vulnerable when 1 or 2 staff leave. But perhaps, like many salon owners, you're still in demand and you still enjoy servicing a client base. But then, at least it's a choice as to whether you work behind the chair 2 or 3 days a week and then spend the rest of your time in a training, management, and marketing capacity. If your business is at the next level and perhaps you have multiple salons, maybe 2 or 3, then the business is going to require a lot more input at a management level. For some people, this is a natural progression. Perhaps they no longer want to be behind the chair and the business has now reached a size and has a cash flow to enable them to be working full-time in a managerial capacity and to focus on growing the business. But often, the owner of a multiple salon organization still wants to see clients, as doing hair is where their passion lies. Often, the brand has been built around their name as the high-profile hairdresser, in which case they can probably charge a premium and afford to be able to employ a general manager and administration staff to focus on running the business on a daily basis, while they continue to work in the important role of the high-profile hairdresser. If you are the owner of 2 or 3 salons and are working actively behind the chair, then as well as having an effective management leadership team, you need to spend time regularly at each location. Even if you don't see clients yourself, it's essential to oversee the brand, to meet clients, to spend one-on-one time with your managers, and most importantly, to nurture relationships with your growing team. So thanks for watching. If you're looking for help running your salon business, head over to growmysalonbusiness.com, where you can catch our weekly podcast featuring some of the brightest and most creative minds in the industry today, as well as our best-selling books, our online courses, and some free resources.